Hey, up next on the MARR Army Rock Show, a week ago we added their song to our Golden Dozen. It's their second tune to be on the Golden Dozen on the MARR Army Rock Show. We've got Dallas, Texas band Vital Empire back on the show. We've got all three members, Jess, JP, and Aaron. Welcome to the show.
Hey! Hey, what's going on?
That was pretty well synchronized.
Thanks.
Yeah, the miracle of distance calling here. So you guys are kind of spread out right now, aren't you?
We are.
We are.
Yeah, we got Jess and JP up in Springfield, Missouri, and Aaron down in Dallas. So kind of all over the place right now.
So we've included...
It's really hot and sweaty, so I came down here so I can cook all day long in the heat.
I am making my way to Houston, Texas tomorrow evening, so I can envision your pain.
Yeah.
Hey,
bring shorts and a tank top.
That's all I packed. That's all I packed completely. So let's talk a little bit about Beautiful. Now it's a great release. Now, hey, I was kind of interested. Trevor McNevin had something to do with this. Tell us about that and your relationship with Trevor.
Yeah, man. We were working with Travis Wyrick in the studio, and man, we just Travis kind of hit up Trevor, and so through Travis, we kind of became friends with Trevor, and yeah, we got to work with him, and he kind of threw us this Beautiful Disease, man, and we were like, dude, this is sick. We love it. Let's rock this thing, and so that's what we did, man.
Now, what does that look like working with him? Are you getting a demo? Are you talking? Are you playing together? Like, for folks that don't understand how that works in the industry, how does that conversation take place? What does that look like?
I mean, it's a little bit of everything like that. Trevor kind of, it was like his demo, like it was kind of his idea, and so he pitched it to us, and we just started talking and working on it, and kind of, then it just came to what it is now. So yeah.
Now, tell us a little bit about the meaning behind the tune. It has an interesting title there, but for folks that want to know, what is the meaning behind the lyrics of that tune?
It's definitely a song about wanting to be more and wanting to, make a change with yourself, with your surroundings, with the world, and that kind of that overwhelming feeling of helplessness that can come along with that. But at the same time, not being willing to give up and kind of fight through it. And so that's kind of what it's talking about. Like, it's a beautiful thing to have that desire to push, for better things in life, for the world to be better. But at the same time, it can be very taxing on one's, life and everything. It's overwhelming. It just can stress you out and wear you down. But it's kind of about keeping that good fight, though, and pushing for it even through all the weight that it puts on your shoulders.
So there's kind of like a powerful pseudo lyric video out for the tune, and tell us about the decision for the imagery and all in that music video.
So with that, it kind of we started kind of thinking about, well, what could the video be about? And to me, it's kind of like with the video, it kind of showed like war and disease and like fungus, or whatever. And so to me, it kind of just drew that picture of, like the world and the issues that it's had and still has. And, but
yeah. And it's funny because I have a lot of friends that are veterans, and for some reason, this song, like every time we play it, every time I hear it, I think about, the struggles that they go through with, PTSD and just being out there and kind of giving your everything for somebody else. And it's sort of, a beautiful disease in that way. And so we kind of had this idea that we wanted it to reflect kind of a militaristic style video as well.
So we featured one of your tunes previously. When can we look to hear the full record or the EP? First of all, which is it, an EP or a full record, and when's it coming out?
A full album, yeah, it is a full album. We got, what is it, 10 or 11 songs on the album? 10 or 11, I can't ever
10.
track. 10, yeah. And so as of right now, we are still set for the last week of August here, release date. And get into, kind of exit the summer here strong with the album, and then be looking to get back on the road then to officially support the album, with some more releases, with another single and a video that you might actually get to see our pretty faces in and stuff, which will probably just hurt the amount of plays it gets, but we'll try it.
So you just alluded to this a little bit. I saw you have at least one live date on your schedule. So you mentioned you're thinking about heading back out. Or do we expect this to be a regional tour, a nationwide tour? And tell us a little bit more about what your plans are. Maybe going out with a national, or maybe going out on your own.
It'll definitely one of those things the best we can get. When you're in the grinding situation of putting the launch pad underneath the band here, it's kind of. You put it out there, you talk to some people, you send out a million emails, and you just look for what the absolute best situation is. It may be the idea of doing a big national one is always has the fanfare, but it may not necessarily be what's best for us. It'll be we'll pick our battles, and it's all about touring smart and playing smart shows and doing ones that benefit us to get to that point where touring nationally makes sense. So that'll be the game plan that we'll take going into this late summer and into the fall.
So, I kind of found you guys through your touring bass player, Jaron, at the one point. And are you guys actively looking for a full-time bass player for the band?
Yeah, I would think so. It's luckily for us, it's the style of music we are. It's a position we're able to just hire out for, But, our idea was to keep Jaron around longer. He's been so busy with his other bands, though. But, he's still first on the speed dial there. But, we have a dear friend and a wonderful guy who's playing bass, for this next show. And, he's always an option. And then, luckily, all of us with our veteran years of, touring and knowing and playing musicians, we'll always have options. But, I think in the end, we'd like to find somebody who is our guy, and more than anything, this is his band. So there's that investment and that personal time, that just a deeper meaning than just it's a gig for me to get out there and do.
Hey, I was watching some of your videos in preparation for this, and I saw Aaron singing acoustic version of "Terrified." First of all, kudos to that. And have you guys done an acoustic set yet?
We have not.
Is it something you enjoy doing, or something you'd think about doing?
Yeah, I definitely think we should. We'll probably do some more sometime. It would be a lot of fun to work up the sound as an acoustic. I perform a lot as a solo acoustic artist, and I do some of our songs, and they actually translate pretty well. It really shines the spotlight on the songwriting and, the quality of the melodies and the production that was put into the vocals and things like that by Travis Wyrick. So, I definitely think as we get behind this album and our touring and making videos and different things, I'm sure we will do some really cool stripped down, very intimate gigs, whether they're just ones we do on our own and shoot, tasteful videos for, or do some, off tour dates where we're doing some acoustic shows live. I think the fans would really appreciate that.
So with the modern technology and the miracle of the internet, a lot of bands land somewhere internationally. Have you guys gotten any international attention from any particular region that surprised you? Is there one other global spot besides the U.S. that's really kind of taken a shine to the band at all?
We've gotten some interaction from Germany, so we might be able to get over there sometime. Hopefully, it's just, it's expensive to fly international, and but yeah, that's definitely a hope, to get out there sometime soon.
I got introduced to the band when you were, out on that Otherwise tour. Looking back, you guys are a relatively new band. I'll ask each of you to kind of reflect on this. Looking back at since the band formed, what has been like the high point, whether it be a show or the moment or the achievement? What's been the high achievement for this band so far for each of you?
I really think it's, getting that tour to start off was just in general big. Like any tour, had its ups and downs, but it definitely had some, very epic nights where not only did we have a good show, the crowd was on fire, we felt good, but then the other bands had great nights too to follow up. So, that's what touring is all about when you become friends with your tour mates and the other bands. And, it's seeing them do well makes you feel good. It's like that energy feeds off of everybody. So I think just in general, getting to start our career as a band off, getting out on the road for a month and a half and getting to hang out and really bond and get to know each other. Bringing in the last minute a bass player like Jaron, but then getting along with him so swimmingly right out of the gate. I think just this band in general has been a high note, just to really start with. I don't know that there's been one, particular moment or whatnot, but, so which is exciting. That means there's still one to come in the near future, so.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think, like he said, it was just something where, like the fact that we had been off the road for over a year, just to be able to get back into it and see some old friends out there on the road and stuff like that, to bump into people that we ran into years ago, and just probably the highlight for me, just being able to get back out there, seeing or familiar faces, meeting new faces, and just being able to play again was so much fun. And to go out with Otherwise, it was such a great group of guys to go out with for that first run for us, and they really took care of us. So, yeah, like Aaron was saying, it's pretty much just been one big highlight for us.
Yeah, and I have to agree with both of y'all about that. And I could say exactly the same thing, but I'll spare you the time. So.
Yeah, I know it's a difficult question to answer when you had such a successful tour like that. But, well, listen, we've gotten to really love the band, getting to know you. I've only met you in person once, but you're very nice people every time we meet, and you're a very talented band. They're Vital Empire, I guess, based out of Dallas or Missouri. Which are you really based out of?
Dallas.
So we'll go with based out of Dallas, Texas, and their new single "Beautiful Disease" is charted on our Golden Dozen, and we've had Jess, JP, and Aaron with us. Guys, we thank you so much for being back on the show. It's been our pleasure.
Thank you. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah, thanks.